Do you want to know the cost of starting a business online if you want to earn big money? Then this video is for you. My name is Michael and I have made money online for years, and many people keep asking me how much it costs to start a real online business so they can make a living online. And the truth is that it might actually shock you just how cheaply it can be done if you do it correctly. So I'll go over all that and what I personally did and share my experiences, so hopefully that can help you to find the right way for you and help you do it with the right expectations. So when it comes to the cost of starting a business online, then there are, first of all, something you need to consider. Because if you, for example, want to start an offline business, because if we compare online and offline, it's quite important to set the expectations and to do it the right way, because offline it can be really expensive. In some places, of course it all depends on your location, the country you live in and all that, but in many cases, if you for example want to open a physical shop or a physical restaurant or something like that where people come physically, then in many cases you might have to get permits, you have to buy decoration, you have to buy furniture, you have to buy even sometimes the things you're selling. If you're selling, you have to hire staff, you have to do all that. In some cases it can be like $100,000 or more before you even open the doors, and then you will keep having those running costs and you will slowly start earning, but it will take a lot of time before you even just break even. And I'm not saying that's not possible and that's not a good idea. If you have a good business plan, that can be brilliant, but when it comes to the online world, what is so beautiful about it is that it gives way more people the opportunity to start a real business, because it requires so much investment to open a business that is offline. But online it can be done super cheap, and it can be done with very low running costs. So that also means it gives you more time before you need to break even, because if you have a physical shop and you lose money every month, then that's of course not fun. But with an online business, if you set it up correctly, you will make a little bit of investment and then you can just start scaling it from there. But of course the exact cost will depend on the type of online business you want to start. So let's talk a little bit about that. But before going over that, let's also first talk about what is not realistic when it comes to starting an online business, because that is also very important to understand. So one thing that is not realistic is that you invest $20 and then you will get some kind of course that will teach you everything and give you all the material and all the tools, and then in a day or two you will earn hundreds of dollars per day. That is not realistic. There are a lot of people selling you courses and ideas like that, but they will just end up wasting your time and your money, and then after a few days you find out it doesn't work, and then you'll buy a new one, and then you'll end up spending hundreds of dollars over a few years, maybe even thousands of dollars. I know many people that have done that and not seen any results because you just keep chasing those shiny objects. So first of all, be realistic. You will not set up a real online business that will make you hundreds of dollars in just a matter of few days. And you will not do it with a just $20 investment for some kind of course that will include everything. They will usually just do upsells and end up wasting even more of your money. So if anyone claims exaggerated get rich quick kind of things, then just stay away from it. You will just waste your time no matter how good it sounds. Because what's important to understand, there are many different ways to create an online business and an online income, but what they all have in common is if they give you really good long-term results and if they are realistic, then it will require effort. And you will see that no matter who you talk to, if they're successful, no matter if it's a successful influencer, e-commerce person, affiliate marketer, whatever it is, they have put in time and effort to become successful. So if you're not willing to do that, you will never be able to start an online business and become successful. That's just how it is, and that's important to understand. So let's talk a little bit about the different methods you can then use to start an online business, because what you choose really depends on your personal preferences and also to a certain degree your budget. There are ways to create a business or an online full-time income where you don't have to invest at all. For example, if you want to become a freelancer or get an online job, you can do that, but of course the earning potential will also be limited because you will always be dependent on being hired by others, and that's not really what I refer to as starting an online business business. An online business is where you have a huge earning potential, where the sky is the limit and where you're not reliant on other people hiring you. But it can be a way to start an online income, and therefore I just wanted to mention it here because many people are also interested in that. There are also methods like Amazon FBA or e-commerce, and that can be very effective, but of course that does require a little bit more upfront investment because you need to invest in the different products and things like that in some cases. And then dropshipping is very popular. Many people talk about that. That's personally not something I have really tested because it's not really a business model that I think has so much long-term potential right now. Mainly for the people selling the courses, it has a lot of earning potential, but that's just my personal opinion. I'm not saying it can't work. It definitely has worked. It's just not something that I really find that appealing. So therefore I also haven't done in-depth research or tested it because I just think there are other methods that are better if you're starting from scratch and where there are better opportunities and more chances of success. And another method many people talk about is that you can just become an influencer. For me, becoming an influencer itself should not be a goal. Like some people see me as an influencer. I don't personally really like that word, but because I have a big YouTube channel now and things like that. But what I see is that shouldn't be a goal in itself, because some people that are trying to become an influencer, it just becomes a little bit fake. What you should do is to try to build an audience, and then eventually maybe you can become like an influencer, but you should do it always with focus on trying to provide value. And then if you build up a following, there has huge earning potential in many different ways. And another option is to do affiliate marketing. This is my preferred method, what I have done myself if you are starting from scratch as a beginner, because it's something you can learn no matter your background, no matter your skills, if you get the right training, and something you can do super cheap if done correctly compared to many of the other options. And the earning potential really truly is amazing and huge. So that is what I personally would recommend if you are starting from scratch and want to start an online business in an effective and as cheaply as possible. So let's talk about the exact cost actually of that, because the exact cost of all the different options of course will vary depending on what you choose, but I can share my experiences, how much I paid to start my online affiliate marketing business, and that can help you to give an idea about the type of budget you should expect. So I'm not saying that you cannot start affiliate marketing completely for free, because in theory you can just read blogs, see videos and things like that. I did try that myself for almost a year, and I didn't see any results. I'm not saying that it's not possible, it is for some, but I'm saying is that you should expect to spend a lot of time and fail a lot to be able to do that. And even if you do that, there will be some cost of some tools and things like that, but it's a way more effective way to actually get some training to learn the exact steps from someone that knows what they're doing. And here I'm not talking about these ones claiming, as I mentioned earlier, these exaggerated earning claims, hundreds of dollars per day within a few days. Do not believe that. Yes, you can definitely earn hundreds of dollars per day with affiliate marketing, but not overnight, not within a week. And anyone that claims that, do not buy their courses, because then you will just be wasting your time and money. Personally, I invested in a platform where I got access to both training, support, and tools. And for my entire first year, when I started my online business, after I had first wasted almost a year trying to figure it out myself and then decided to invest, then I spent $500 for the entire first year. That was my full cost of all the tools and all the training and all the support I needed. And I know that that can sound like a lot for some, but when you think about the earning potential, like now I have many days where I make more than that per day even. And I know people that earn many times that every single day even. I'm not saying that's guaranteed, because there is no guarantee, because it of course all depends on how you take action and what you do and how you do it, and are you actually willing to do it consistently. But what I'm saying is that it has a huge earning potential, as do many other online businesses. But if you don't have any skills, if you don't have any background in it and don't have any knowledge, if you do not invest in proper training and at least some basic tools, then it will take maybe years, or maybe you will just never see success the same way. And again, this was for my entire first year. I've seen some people also do it. Maybe they invested, a little bit less. Some people I've seen investing a few thousand because they got a little bit more expensive training or things like that. And still you can see if they choose the right method for them, then it still pays off, but it's not something where you will cover it right away, and that's important to understand. But no business really is if you're starting a real business. And we talked about the offline business earlier. Look, some people, they're putting in hundreds of thousands of dollars before opening even the doors to their business. Online, you can do it for a few $100s maybe even. So to sum it all up, it actually can be super cheap, even shockingly cheap, I would say, to start an online business. It can be a couple of dollars per day. And most people, no matter where you live, you are able to get a couple of dollars per day. You can even use free online earning methods that I have a lot of videos about here to earn $2 a day, no matter where you live, to cover the cost of starting an online business. Or just drink a cup of coffee less or something like that. It's definitely possible to find that money, but I'm not saying you have to. It's all up to you. I'm just saying you what you realistically should expect. And so many people have asked, what should I expect for budget if I want to start a real online business? And this is what you should expect in my experience and opinion. Starting an online business can be extremely cheap comparing to starting an offline business and compared to how huge the earning potential is, because you can have the whole world as your market. So the sky really is the limit, but you need to be realistic. It will not happen overnight. It will require time, it will require effort, and it will require at least a little bit of effort for a bit of training and some basic tools if you're starting from scratch and do not know anything about it. I'll leave a link below to more information about the exact steps that I have taken when I first started. So if you want to follow in my footsteps and use the same approach that I have done, you can learn about that there. That's also where you will actually get some support from me and where I will share my experience directly with you and answer questions. But again, as mentioned, please listen to everything I say in this video. If you have other expectations than what I explained here, then that is not for you. Then you should look for other opportunities. This is just what I recommend, what I have done, and that's what I can talk about. And so many have asked me about it, and therefore I decided to be very specific about the exact cost that I spent when I first started. And no matter what, I hope this video helped you and gave you some information so you can take the right decision for you. And if it did, make sure to hit the like button, and also don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the notification bell so you won't miss out next time I release a video with tips and tricks about different ways to make money online.